In France, as in most of Europe, history is a relative thing, as Louis's father goes over the incredible timetable of this cellar. Apparently, it was only just remodeled in the 1400s.
Okay, the cellar was built in the 2nd century and was destroyed in 275 when you have an invasion, by Alaman.
La deuxième dont on voit trois pierres qui devaient être d'ailleurs plus basses.
And after they renovated,
devaient être plus basses.
They built a second roof, in fact.
Alors celle-là, elle doit dater de la fin des invasions barbares, c'est-à-dire probablement 800, ouais. Charlemagne.
And it was destroyed in 870 when the Charlemagne, the first emperor of Europe, we got finally.
Les autres alors, celle-là, la nouvelle, de même que celle-là, faite en même temps, elles sont du 15e siècle.
So, and he said the new one was built in 15th century.
Celle-là, celle-là j'en suis sûr.
Donc t'as pu l'attraper, non? Non, tu l'as pas attrapé?
What?
Tu l'as pas?
Si, ils arrivent.
Ah. Why? Why she has a bigger one?
Because I'm a gentleman. Being a gentleman is not the exclusivity of the English people.
Oh, come on. This means you are not chauvinistic.
Never.
Even the wines here are relatively ancient. We start off with a young Grenache blend.
And this cuvée is made mostly with Grenache, close to 85%.
Yeah. It's old vines mainly, like 80, 90 years old vines. Very small crop, 15 to 20 hectares per hectare.
Let the games begin.
Spitting is not only acceptable, it's often necessary at this hour. In these old cellars, any piece of ground is fair game, and it's important to work on your aim. Old vines are known for very concentrated flavors, and this is a great example.
It's deep, it's deep, it's really spicy.
It's a place I really want to go for.
And the alcohol is very well balanced with soft and strong tannin, but very soft.
I really want to go.
That's a Grenache, the Grenache character.
Then we move to the older stuff.
The story of that
yeah, so this parcel of vines was planted just after the phylloxera crisis, right? So first plantings after the phylloxera. And
end of the 80s.
Which was 1870, 1880. I mean, it lasted for a long time. I mean, between the beginning and the time when people had replanted everything, it lasted for 30 years. It was terrible times. So this parcel was planted in after the phylloxera, and it was supposed to be pulled off in 1914. Because it was probably already 40 years old and it was producing probably less. And at the time the quality attitude was not the same. I mean, people wanted to make wine and it had to be okay, but it was not like the search of quality was not quite the same. And they didn't pull it off because everybody went to the war, 1914. And when they came back from the war in 1918, two people of the family had died, and then they kept the vine, and this is still here. So I'm not saying that all the plants are 120 years old, but maybe 30% are. Some are from the 20s, 30s, 40s, because we replant every plant when it dies. It's called in French complantation, and some I replanted last year. But basically, it's very old vine. If we have 10 minutes, I would really take you in this vine.
Sure.
It's quite impressive. We are talking more about trees more than vines.
But I think we want taste first.
So the spirit of Grenache is that to make a great wine of Grenache, you basically work. You don't do it with the vines you have planted yourself. You do it with the vines of your grandfather. I mean, and what I'm planting in the moment is going to be great for my children or my grandchildren. Is you need Grenache. You can't really make great wines out of young vines, which is very possible with Syrah and Viognier and other grapes. Allows you to make great wines with young vines, but with Grenache, never tasted an outstanding Grenache out of young vines.
This Grenache is inky black with rich fruit, a touch of licorice, and sturdy but soft tannins.
This has actually been alive in 3 centuries, 1800s, 1900s, 2000s. It's a tricentennial vineyard. It's drinking history.
Don't be shy.
How does it taste?
Historic. Memorable, that's for sure.
Chateau St Cosme from 1490 or something.
After a generous tasting, it's off to lunch for a fabulous meal at the local bistro. The food of Provence, like the wine and the landscape, is different than the northern Rhone.
How does it differ? How does the food from Provence differ from up in Saint Joseph?
It just has nothing to do. At the south of Montélimar, you cook with the olive oil. At the north of Montélimar, you cook with water.
While Gigondas is known primarily for reds and rosés, Louis starts us with that great local rarity, a pure Roussanne.
Roussanne brings a lot of white flowers, flavor, and perfume. And it's very delicate. It's never rich, it's never powerful, doesn't give powerful wine, but very, very elegant.
So nice to have you. Thank you. Very nice.
Sorry? Oh, yeah.
Great. Cheers.
Okay, you know, Gian, for your culture, why we do that?
Look you in the eye.
No. Why
Cheers.
you do that? No. It's people used to have a silver glass or pewter. And yes, to exchange in order you don't have any poison in your wine and mine. Okay?
It's exactly the same principle as a French kiss.
Our appetizers are gorgeous.
That's foie gras. Croque monsieur.
Avocado cream.
That's mine is caviar d'aubergine.
While the food of Provence is different than other parts of France, the artful preparation and the exquisite attention to detail are the same.
He's gonna be the winemaker.
Okay, now press this button.